We're hearing obviously a lot about quantum at the moment. I think it would be helpful to get beyond the hype a little bit and talk about how people are really going to be implementing that and how they're going to be testing it. Where does test and measurement fit in?
We're hearing a lot about quantum technology, quantum, Q0 day, where quantum technology is going to break the cryptography. So test and measurement, it's the governance layer that actually looks at the quantum safe technology and turns it from experimental into actual operational capabilities. So think about this, the PQC is introducing all these new algorithms, larger keys, certificate, different handshake, this will have a performance impact. It may be more secure, but then I'm going to have to spend more on resources to actually be able to achieve that. So testing is helping understanding the impact, validating what are the correct implementation, optimizing the implementation. The same thing on the QKD. I mean, it's a physical layer now with using some photonic expertise and photonic phenomena that has some real world constraint. Distance is a problem, key rate is a problem, entropy, any kind of attenuation in the signal is going to create a problem. So again, these are something that you need to test beforehand, but also when you put it in the operation. And this is what also something that is happening new is that it's more now hybrid. Because QQD is solving one problem, PQC is solving another problem. You're still going to have even classical in the mix. The most secure part or the least secure part is the weakest point on the link. So if you have one link is very strong with QKD, but you're missing one point in the PQC, then the whole security fails, right? So this is where testing in this hybrid environment becomes really essential, because you're not validating just not the primitives, but the whole system behavior, the negotiation logic, the fallback paths, the rekey timing.
Is this as exotic as it sounds, or are some of the metrics that you're looking at traditional ones like performance?
Exotic is a good description of that. You are trying to make a secure communication where a lot of applications going to be using it to feel that, one, they get the performance they want, they have the security they want, they also have the innovation that they can build on top of that. So the measures are the same. The methods are exotic. Here, we're not just talking about light, we're talking about single photons, right? We're talking about entanglements. We're talking about, mathematics that has to compete with, parallel computing in a quantum, phenomena. So, at the end, what we are trying to prove is, one, this is not going to impact the performance now that you're introducing all of these new elements and new tools.
For people who are concerned about this or just need to understand more as they're developing their security strategies around quantum, what advice do you have for them?
The threat is 5-6 years before that, right? So there is this concept of, I said, harvest now, decrypt later. So look at the inventory of your data, of your resources, because some of the risk absolutely is now. The other thing is this concept of crypto agility, optimization of your resources to manage this crypto agility is something that you need to design in your network, in your systems right now. Okay. The other thing is that performance is going to be impacted. We need to start thinking about the operational impact and build around that. Design your groups, design your security group, your SecOps, design your operation around that. This is a fact of life in this new era, and you have to adjust to that. And then also think about this is not just a pre-deployment, it's an always-on validation.
Explain to me a little bit in a hybrid system about where your technology actually runs.
Traditionally, you test the fiber, it's okay. Now you test the transport, is okay. Now you test the application. Now you have to actually mix all of that. We are now building this hybrid testing where you need to see the impact of, for example, something happens at the physical layer, how it impacts the key rate that is impacting the PQC kind of algorithm that also will impact the performance of the overall system. And we're bringing this kind of concept of digital when we're bringing realistic environment into the testing so that you can see the whole end-to-end performance of the system itself.
In some ways, quantum is what people think AI is in terms of the product, right? Quantum is really different, isn't it?
Quantum AI, I mean, there is a discussion about that. There is people who say AI today is going to help accelerate the achievement in quantum. But at the same time, some people say that quantum is going to help some of the difficult problem with general AI. It's going to happen. I mean, it's a fascinating how the dance here is a tango dance between the two. This is an evolving market. It's actually moving into some implementation. There are countries in the world that are just instrumenting all the networks with fiber technology for quantum.